Hey everyone, it's Sam here, and today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful card. Now I have had this one on my desk to film for YouTube for a while. If you followed my YouTube lives, then you would have seen this one being made a few weeks ago now, so apologies for those of you that have been waiting, but I have finally got around to filming it. It's a really unusual fold there. I have done similar before where the middle part is bigger and then you got smaller on the top and bottom, but I thought it'd be nice to do it the opposite way around. So I'll share the playlist towards the end of the video. It might pop up now as well, and then it all folds down into a gatefold to go in your envelope. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. So I've made a template. I've got my envelope all ready for this one. I'm going to use these lovely snowmen. I'll show you all that product in a moment. So you want to cut yourself a piece of 11 by 8 cardstock, and then I've already scored on this one, so I'll do the cutting when we get to that, but I'm going to talk you through this one here. So piece of 11 by 8, and you're going to score at 2 3/4 along that long side all the way down, and at 8 1/4 all the way down. And then you want to pop it on the short side, and from that 2 3/4 score line you want to score at 3 1/2 and 4 1/2 between those two. I've highlighted it in red because that is what we're going to end up cutting, but if you just score between the 2 3/4 and the 8 1/4 score lines, you can use a ruler just to line it up at your 3 1/2 here, hover it over this section and then start scoring, and again at 4 1/2 hover it over the first part and score. Okay, then you want to pop it back along the long side and you want to score at 3 3/4 down to that score line, then miss that section and carry on scoring, and then at 7 1/4, so again down to where you've just scored there, miss that part and then score. You then also want to score at 5 1/2 right in the middle there, so again use your ruler, sit it at the 5 1/2 marker, make sure it lines up with the score like track there, and then just score just in that middle section. Next we're going to cut, so you can see where I've already cut these pieces away here, so I'm just going to pop it back on this side. And I've actually, the last few months, been using my Scoreboard when cutting. I'm going to use the reverse side because that's centimetres, which I don't tend to use, although I have cut it on that side. I don't think it's really doing any damage, but you just want to line it up with a track. Make sure your knife is nice and sharp. Mine doesn't seem to be, and I can't find another one, but you just want to cut nice and straight all the way through. I'm going to tidy that up in a minute, and then again I'm going to use the other side. I think that's why I prefer this one, because the tracks are closer together. Just flipped it back over because I can find the tracks easier on this side, and again just nice and straight, one cut like so. Okay, so I just had to tidy that up a little bit because my knife, I've just put that in the bin because I didn't realise just how blunt it was. Okay, so just explain the folding. So you want to make sure your two outer score lines there are both valley folds, so you've got your gatefold, okay? And then when you open it up, these ones need to be mountain folds, and then that one will be a mountain fold and valley on the side there. Ignore that it's folded there because I folded it in half when I was trying to trim and just tidy up the edges there, but that's going to be fine when I stick all the mats and layers on. I've then got this piece here, which I have cut to 3/4 of an inch by 3. The width you can change depending on the size of your topper, but along the 3 inch side you want to score at 1/2 inch, 1, 2 and 2 1/2, and then you want to create a valley fold, mountain fold, and then another mountain and another valley, so you have that shape there. And you're going to add a little glue to each side, and then when these come together they need to sit over that join there. So I'm just going to place one side down, so if I just bring that up, and you see I've stuck it so that it just comes right up to the point there, and then just keep the whole thing flat, fold the other bit under, and you'll be able to fold that all down. And the idea is that when it pops up this way, you see how that comes out and it's flat, so you can now stick anything onto that. So you might want to have pattern paper on these parts and then a big piece popping out. It's entirely up to you. I'm probably going to revisit this in a few other sizes and styles as well, but you can see how that looks once that's on top. So actually I can stick that one on now. I'll just again put it all flat, and then you can just focus on getting that in the middles here and equally spaced there. So for these ones, I was going to have that one there because I've done a bit of a gap so it would sit behind like so. So they're going to go there. So you'll want 2 pieces of 3 1/4 squared and then 2 pieces of 3 inch squared. Those are using the snowman, which is from the Cute Christmas set. And then for the papers, I've used all the same here. So I've got 2 for the inside, and then these are for the other side here. So you want 4 pieces of 2 1/2 by 7 3/4, and then 4 pieces of 2 1/4 by 7 1/2. And those are using the zigzag here from my show-stopping Christmas pack. So there is the finished card. You can see how that all folds down. You could put a belly band on that if you want, but the idea is take out the envelope, and then as soon as they open it up, that pops out and your card's all ready. And then you can just cut yourself some more of these, stick them on the back so you've got your place there to write your message. I think it's a really nice style. So yeah, look out for this one. I'll be sharing some more, and I'll have them in the playlist that's coming up now. As always, all the products that I use are linked in the description box below this video. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed today, and drop me a comment, and make sure you're subscribed as well so you don't miss out on future videos. See you in the next one. Bye.